If you've seen one lava tube, you've seen them all, I always say. So today we're going to take a shortcut out of this place and skip the whole lava and tube thing. But to do it, first we're going to have to get past that bug that killed us last time. Fortunately, you can avoid its little stabby attack by standing slightly to the right. This tube is big enough to do that. Others aren't so much. Of course, the safest thing to do is just to back roll anyway. It's helpful that the large Sword of Moonlight is so light. Not to mention the whole not having strength requirement thing, but only weighing 2.0 is really big. Rather, it isn't really big, and that's the point. Okay. With the bug that defeated us last time out of the way, onwards towards progress. How grim. I really hope that isn't me, but unfortunately last time around it kinda was, wasn't it? Alright, to the left is lava. To the right is a bug and some crystal lizards that are already freaking out. I don't think we are getting them. Yep, crystal lizard is gone. But let's... oh, there we go. There's the attack we hadn't seen out of the bugs. They can in fact just leap straight at you, even at this size. The bigger ones can't, however. There's not enough room for them in the tubes. And here's where we find out that the explosion really isn't that big after all. Which is fortunate because there was nowhere left to go there. If one of those guys manages to block you off and get real close to you, then you're kinda doomed. And I did try to put on Water Veil there, but turns out that Water Veil does not coexist well with Second Chance. In fact, there are a number of different buffs that don't mesh well with Second Chance, or each other for that matter. There's a list of them that you can only have one of at a time. Second Chance is on said list. Which is unfortunate, but all in all it's pretty fair considering that it's the best buff in the game. Alright, we are now in, it's basically the rock worm graveyard kind of area. We're gonna need the cat's ring to get down from here. Unscathed, that is. And if you saw out in the distance, there's another crystal lizard over there that ran away. There's, I mean, there's a way to get it, but not from where we're coming in and making all this noise and destroying everything. Thanks to the cat ring, that was not an instantly fatal fall. Since we are in the rockworm graveyard, there are some rockworms here waiting to die. I'd be happy to oblige them. Excellent. Now the cool thing about dropping down here is that it basically puts us right next to the boss door. If we pan to the right, see, boss door right there. But back here is some more treasure. A very interesting treasure, actually. And it's guarded by some more rockworms. Now these ones are a little different than the regular ones. They will just spit acid up into the sky constantly whenever you're near. They don't even bother. Oh, okay. Yeah, did you see how much damage that thing took from taking a full-powered magic blast in its weak point? If I'd rewind if you missed it, because it was something like 2472, which is amazing. Alright, So the treasure back here is a pair of hands of God. These are fist weapons fueled by faith, and a little bit of strength, if I recall correctly. But mostly faith. So if you were to do a run where you want to just punch things to death, you'd want to make a beeline for here and make it something of a faith-based build. Healing, always appreciated. Ah, well. It sounds to me like somebody was trying to get themselves summoned for this particular fight. And, that reminds me, since we haven't done any co-op at all, and this is one of the bosses that a large number of people actually summon help for. So, I'll go ahead and drop my summon sign. Now your soul sign, in this game you get ranked based on your co-op sessions, and the amount of souls you get out of each one that's successful is based on the ranking that the other players give you. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though anybody is going to summon me. So, I'll give it a little bit longer while I check out the remaining treasures around here. Yes, I did think there'd be a hint. I don't see how that gets a plus 506. I'll show that guy. There you go. Beware of the liar ahead. I think that's the correct message to send. Not pictured were the 5 to 10 minutes that I sat waiting to see if I would get summoned. Yeah, that's right. That message better disappear. But yeah. Even though you've only been here for a minute, I've been here for close to 15 without being summoned. And so we're going to pick up our Ring of Flame Resistance and just go ahead and fight the boss. Co-op will have to wait another day. Well now, this delightful fellow is the Flame Lurker. He guards the Cathedral of the Dragon God, and does a pretty good job of it with those high-powered explosion attacks. He's also extremely fast, and a little ape-like in his movement. He moves kind of like Donkey Kong, now that I think of it. And many people consider him to be one of the most difficult bosses in the game. And he's especially hard if you are a melee character, because that puts you directly into the line of fire of his shockwave attacks, and also the dreaded Fire Punch, though the Fire Punch is a pretty big danger to casters as well. There are a few safe spots around the arena. That isn't one of them, but you can play the run around the pillar game to avoid damage in those scenarios. The actual safe point is there's a giant rib cage around, and if you stay in there, he can't really get you. But all in all, he's not that difficult. Soften him up a little with some magic, and then when his HP gets low enough and he gets close enough, switch to your weapon and beat the crap out of him. That does it for the Flame Lurker. But there are still some treasures to be had. The greatest treasure of... Oh, there we go. Second chance wore off, so I can finally show off Water Veil. I like Water Veil. It kind of makes you... gives you your own personal shower. See, we got the safe zone over there. There's usually a message there to mark it. Although, I imagine that... Actually, I kind of want to do this now, but it's a little mean. Is to put a message back there behind the pillar to make people think that's a safe zone too, like an actual safe zone, and have it just be that terrible "I did it" message that appears everywhere. That'd probably be good for some laughs. Anyway, we got the Red Hot Demon Soul. That lets us make boss weapons, and maybe we will next time.